Hey guys, SoCal Val here. You are listening to the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast.
Blue League of the Continental Classic continues. Kenny Omega makes his return and an absolute classic main event. And that is on Collision, which we're just about to review with me, Adam Cousins, and this is the Hitting the Turnbuckle channel. Collision was in the Bell Center in Montreal, fresh off the Dynamite, which was a really, really good show. And it opened up with an absolute belter of a match in the Blue League of the the Blue League of the Continental Classic with Claudio Castagnoli against Eddie Kingston. Everything I'd want in a tournament, two dudes battering the crap out of each other, fighting with everything they got. It was ugly, nothing come easy. They do not like each other. It was personal. It was a brutal, brutal match. And Eddie Kingston rolled through to get the victory after a powerbomb attempt by Kingston. Claudio rode through on that. Kingston rode through on that and got the win. It was a fantastic opening to Collision. Really set the stall for what was a really good show overall, to be honest with you. And I really, really loved this match. I need to see more. Kingston and Claudio, you could put it on day because of that personal aspect they have where they don't really particularly like each other as well. I do think that makes matches generally better when there is that animosity there. So really enjoyed it. Kingston gets his second win in the Continental Classic and still clings on to hope that he can get out of the group and onto the final at World's End. Coincidentally, after that match, Wheeler challenged Hook to a match under FTW rules, whatever that is. I'm pretty sure that means there is no rules. Hook amazingly accepts, and that match will be coming up. Looking forward to that as well. Wheeler Yuta and Hook, very, very two young, hungry guys. That should be a really good match. We had Willow Nightingale next against Mercedes Martinez, who's with Diamante. Willow wins this. It was a really big power match between these two. Mercedes did look quite strong in this, to be fair, and I was wondering that Willow may have won this match quite or a bit more easily than what she did. But Martinez really put on a good show. Diamante attacks her after the match with a pipe. They both attacked Willow with pipes and ladders, and Statlander come down and made the save with a chain wrapped around her hand. So, that could obviously set up a future tag match. But yeah, the match was good. It was good as good really. No more better, no good, no better than good. I'll get my words out. I've just done the Dynamite review with Dave, so I'm just getting through that. Yeah, so that was interesting. So we'll see with that them two if that tag match happens down the line on Collision. Renee Paquette was at the back with Menard and Parker and Hager. Hager has the cops looking for Danhausen. Menard and Parker are dreaming the wrestling here. They are really over in Canada. The Canadian fans love Menard and Parker. And both men speak French, and they're going to wrestle later on. And Ruby and Saraya was there, and Ruby and Parker canoodled under the rest until the rest of them break it up. It was a bit of a funny segment. The next match was Wardlow against Willie Mack. Now, Wardlow and Willie Mack, this was a standard amount of match. However, standard Wardlow match with a bit more of offense by Willie Mack, and then he tried the step up Hurricane Rana that Wardlow held on. So sometimes when you get the luchadors and they try and hit the big guy with the Hurricane Rana, they're down and the big guy pulls them up for the powerbomb. Wardlow done that to Willie Mack. And Willie Mack is not a small boy. He's a big old boy. So Wardlow really showed his strength to drop him and in a big lariat. And then the match was KO, and then that was KO'd, and that match was finished. And Wardlow obviously picks up the win by referee stoppage. Unbelievable match. By the way, unbelievable show of strength from Wardlow. Does it make me think that this could be his time? No, I'm still waiting for him to lose and disappear for another 6 to 8 weeks like he's done in the past. But it was a really good that move alone was really good. The House of Black were next, saying that FTR should join them. I mean, You could put them two together as a super group. I'd much prefer seeing them against each other. But who knows? That could happen. It really could happen. And we look forward to seeing what happens with that. Could House of Black and FTR together? What do they call themselves? FT Black? Maybe not. We're in Canada. Two Canadians we're next. Ethan Page, who we haven't seen in ages, looking jacked, looking great. Kenny Omega. I mean, this match itself was absolutely sensational. You should check the cutter out that I think Ethan Page does on Kenny Omega in this. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Love this match. This match was brilliant. Kenny Omega can do no wrong. Ethan Page, we need to see. Kenny Omega won the match, but we need to see more of Ethan Page because he proved on this match alone that he can go. So we so need to see this match again. At the end of the match, Omega picks up Page and shakes his hand. Just as Omega was making his way to the back, though, Big Bill was hitting with a big boot. So maybe the Don Callis stuff may be coming back, but then Omega and Jet, Chris Jericho, the Golden Jets do have Ricky Starks and Big Bill coming up. I think it's at World's End. So that sort of plants the seeds there, but we need to see more of Ethan Page. Please, anyway. We mentioned earlier that Matt Parker, Jesus Christ. Matt Menard and Angelo Parker were going to be in a tag match. They're the hometown boys. They went against Penta, Miedo, and Komander. It was still what you would expect from these two matches. The only thing I would say that is a criticism of mine is that this match had about 4,000 super kicks, and they probably didn't need 3,990 of them. That was my only thing. Komander and Penta pick up the victory from the Fear Factor, and that got the win. But this was still a good match. It was a fine tag match. Komander and Penta work well together. I think Penta's worked with Ray Phoenix for so long, and he's probably those sort of high-flying guys suit him. And Menard and Parker got a great response. They were really over in their hometown. They worked a good match as well, but I just thought the super kicks, they need to there was too many. And you look at, sometimes you watch the Usos and you watch the Elite, the Young Bucks, and you think, yeah, okay, you can get away with that. But this was excessive. I mean, it was ridiculous. Maybe count them. If you watch the match, count them and see what you think. We'll get to the main event now. Bryan Danielson, Andrade El Idolo. What can I say? Heck of a match, and Andrade won it clean. He hits the hammerlock DDT. He did unmask. Danielson's wearing a patch. He unmasked it and put him in the eye. It was a brutal main event. Andrade was targeting the eye for the whole match as well, and it eventually paid off. My God, this match was so good, though. I can't talk about this enough. If you like Bryan Danielson, you like Andrade, watch this match. It is absolutely outstanding. I absolutely loved it. And there was so much on this. I mean, this Continental Classic for me has really delivered. It's delivered a lot of memorable matches. There's a three-way tie in the Blue League now to cap that off. And they've also done a great job in hyping up Moxley and Swerve for this week on Dynamite as well. I really think they've done this tournament well. And I know it has got a bit of negativity from some of the fans out there, but I think this has been nothing short of brilliant, and I really am looking forward to these tournament matches. And just a shame that it's ending so early. It ends in a couple of weeks. It ends just before World's End in a couple of weeks. So, real shame because the final is at World's End. I'm really looking forward to that as well. But this was an 8.5, maybe 8.75 show. Collision, really, really strong. Some great matches. Could have done with the 3,000 less super kicks, but all in all, a brilliant show, great storytelling, and we're going to continue with the Continental Classic next week, and I'm so looking forward to that. And also coming up next this week for us, as I finish the Collision review, Eric Bischoff's coming up Thursday. We've just announced the NWA television champion Big Strong Mims will be joining us soon on the podcast with me and Fiona. We've got lots and lots of stuff coming up this week. Just hit us on socials at HTT Buckle. Everywhere else, just type in Hitting the Turnbuckle Podcast. You'll see me, you'll see Dave, you'll see Andy, you'll see everybody else. And until I do the Raw review on Wednesday, everybody, buckle down and stay safe. Actually, I've got to do this the other way for Dave. So it's time to bid you adieu, goodbye, mwah, and good night, bang.